I would just like to welcome you back to Ellie's Place and thank you for your willingness to share your experiences and your wisdom from when you were attending an Ellie's Place support group. And it might have been here on site, or it might have been at one of our high schools. I really am confident that the information that you share today, the stories that you tell, will be helpful to alleviate some of the apprehension and the fears that maybe other teenagers have about joining an Ellie's Place grief support group. You know, why would I want to go to a grief group where I'm just going to feel more pain? It's just going to bring it all up. Why would that be a good thing? Can you guys speak to that a little bit?
So I thought like one of the things that was really cool about Ellie's Place is you get to choose how you grieve at Ellie's Place. You can choose if you want to be quiet or if you want to talk. How do you express yourself in the activities? And that's something that you were saying with like you have like a therapist, you can't really do. They kind of set the tone for you. But at Ellie's Place, you kind of set your own tone. And you can, if you want to talk more, you can, but if you want to talk less, you can also. I think that's something that's really unique about Ellie's Place.
This is more of a place where you can open up to anybody. You can feel comfortable talking to people, and it's more of like a stress reliever than it is to try to handle it yourself.
It kind of felt like a family in a way. I could relate to people, like I understood where they were coming from and like what they were feeling and how I was feeling, and I thought it just made it, there was like a connection, unlike at school.
When I came here, all the people in my group we were able to be vulnerable and talk about stuff that you wouldn't usually talk about.
It just felt more like a peaceful and calm environment where everybody could just talk to each other. Everybody was open to supporting each other.
That process, understanding that everybody has their own pace, everybody has their own way of expressing their emotions is what I'm hearing from you today. And kind of that understanding of that is something that you've really taken from your groups, is that compassion and understanding.
Learning is inevitable from your group members and I feel like the journey kind of never stops. It's like learning that everybody grieves differently and you don't need to force your method of like coping on them.
You'll meet a lot of new kids that you would never have met in your life, but these kids you really relate to in a different way than like your normal friends. And like some of those kids you'll probably be friends with for the rest of your life. And when you listen to them, you get lessons from them that you never really understood. You have takeaways that are special to you. You can apply those to your own life.
It may be scary at first, but after a while, this is a safe place. You can say what you need to say and grieve how you need to grieve, and nobody's gonna judge you for it or stop you, and you're safe here.
I remember the first day we came, we made 10 rules. It was like, no one can go on their phones, you can't tell anybody anything, like outside the group, and like just made you feel a lot more safe.
No one should have to grieve by themselves, and I think that's a great motto that Ellie's Place has.
I think that having that ability to talk about how you're thinking and feeling is just so important. And I want to thank you so much for doing that today.